Hi everybody, and thanks for rejoining me. The Casa part has actually turned up this morning, Monday morning. So much for it coming on Saturday. What we're basically going to do is put that on there, and we're going to be aligning up just to that where that angle is there, this pin, so that as soon as we move, it starts engaging. So let's see how that goes. I've clamped the kickstart shaft in my vise so that I can move it around, slide that under there. We'll stick the first one. Just trying to get the camera in a advantageous position. Right, so what I've done is I've just taken the heads of the bolts down a bit with a power file. So we'll stick the plate back in again, turn that around, and doesn't matter which one we do first, but I'll put the top one in first just to be awkward. Just push that down. What I'm going to do is I'm just tightening them up at the moment, and then I'm going to put some thread lock on them in a bit. I just want them in position. So right, so spin that round, put one in, and just do two at the moment till I get it lined up. Right, that's probably roughly where it needs to be, about 7 o'clock, so it just needs to come in a tad. Quite a bit on there, but right, let's stick that in there again. That's it. Wipe some of that off. The centre one can be tightened down now, and then I'm going to do the top and the bottom ones. Right, top one. Camera is a tad close, but yeah, it's missing it. And again, some thread lock on here. As I say, I could have done with that being about 2 mil to the right as you're looking at it. That's the closest I can get. It's nice and clear there anyway. So, and I've got from basically there to kick. So it should help out a hell of a lot. I've got some medium thread lock on there. That's tight. And number 3 out. And the third one back in. They're all good and tight. I'll say it's just a shame that wouldn't go a bit more than that, but these things are sent to try us, I suppose. Right. We can put the bolt back in the kickstart now, back in the shaft. What's the end 11 sockets? Number 11 spun up. Right, so we've got kickstart working. As I say, ideally that would be about 2 mil further along, but whatever, que sera, sera. I'm not going to lose sleep over a tiny little bit of adjustment. That's pretty clear. What I've got now is the clutch plunger. That needs cleaning and greasing. Just hold it with a bit of grease, because if that falls out, that'll cause you a world of problems. So, right, give it a good clean. And just put a smear of grease on the contact area where it touches the clutch. If you look at it, it's thicker on one side than the other to go on the lever that way round. So get some grease on it. Don't need that much, but quite a bit came out, so hey ho. Right, so that's in. Dab a smear of grease on that. What I do as well, put a bit of grease on here, all the contact areas. And what we're going to do now is offer it up. So I'm just going to change to a different mount on the camera and stick a light on so we can see what's going on. Put down a bit. Right, so we've got our kickstart built, and I'm just going to stick it on the side of the engine. Should just slide straight on. Go. That's kicking from there. That's engaged there. It was down here somewhere. That's a lot better. I'll say it's just a shame that if I could have moved it that tad more higher, that play would have been gone. It would have been hitting from about there. Right, let's get some washers on. These are all M6 stainless steel nylocks. It's worth investing in decent nuts and bolts. Saves you a lot of messing around in the long run. Again, don't over tighten these. I'm sure there's somebody's worked out a torque setting. I'll just do them tight again and half a turn. Right, so there's one. Not forgetting the long studs, you don't want the nut on there at the moment. So that's going to hold on the exhaust. If the camera's moved there or what, but stash it back in the right place. Right, gear out of the way. Bear in mind I'm not tightening anything up at the moment, I'm just putting the nuts and the washers on. And then again we use the crisscross method. Just go opposites. I think that's just a couple more to go on at the moment. Stick that one on the top. This one's always a sod to line up. Playing silly buggers with me again. That'll do its on. I've got that one to do and that one to do. Alright, so we got that one. And that one. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to pinch them up and then I'll tighten them down crisscross. And before we go completely mad on it, we'll just test that the kickstart's fine. It's not oiled up anyway, so, and it's not in line, so I'm just doing these finger tight. I could have taken the jack away as well, but I might take the hub off yet and clean it, so is so small it's very hard to line up anything. Right. And again, only finger tight at the moment. tight that one at the back. And I've got that one at the top. Surprising how this stuff gets so dirty, always amazes me. Right out in the rain and it's covered, isn't it? So right, let's just put that one on. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go from there to there, there to there. So again, quarter of a turn, quarter of a turn. That one actually. Right. Quarter of a turn. Put the extender right back on there. A bit close to the engine. A quarter of a turn. And a quarter of a turn. Quarter of a turn. That's about a quarter of a turn. It's only the top one. Again, it's cold again today. No snow though, like Friday. There's a quarter of a turn. I mean, that's kicking, I think, miles better than it was under the GP. You can see it's engaging straight away. How much better it'll be, well, we won't find out until we start trying to start it. So I'm just going to give that a wipe. All that is the oil I put on the gasket. Help seal it. Again, because all the mechanisms all dry in there, you'd expect that to have to bed in a while. So you can actually feel that right on the gears within a couple of inches or so. So right, I'm just going to take the stand out the way, so I'll just turn that off for a sec. Right, I'll just see what you think about this. It's got a chance of starting, hasn't it? Tons of compression, it's not starting at all. So what I want to do now is I'm just going to remove the rear suspension. I'm going to check the exhaust gasket, the downpipe gasket, and to do that I'll just drop the cylinder down a bit. So I'll just stop for a second and go from there. Right, starting is a million times better. Also as well, the clutch is working a hell of a lot better. Turn it on. and I'm going to give her a kick. See, it's straight away. That is a million times better. So all in all, I'm quite happy with that. I might look into getting some smaller jets. It's running a little bit too rich, which is fine when you're running it in, but I want to start moving it next year, so we need to look into maybe tuning it a little bit better. I'm just going to pop out the spark plug and have a look. My battery's nearly running out anyway, but everything's on. Just got to put the foot runners on and the bridge piece and give it a damn good clean. In the downtime, I've just cleaned up the carburetor jets, and it's still smoky, so I'm having a hard time getting it to really tick over slow. So it starts fine and runs fine, and with that AF exhaust, it's really a bit too loud. I might even look into toning that down a bit. I know it's the whole point of a 48 is get the gases out, and it does do that. It's just that excuse me again, it's just it is running too rich, far too rich, and I need to get the pilot down. It's running a 40 as far as I know, and a 60 choke jet, and 145 main jet. I'm going to have a look at some charts and see what people recommend. Anybody with any comments, obviously I'm always here to learn. It's a VHS H30 on a 225, so I'm hoping that it can be running a little bit leaner than it is at the moment. I know you've got to be careful, hold pistons, etc., but that to me is too smoky. Right, we've seen it all and it works. So apart from putting the bits on, which I might do a video for, bye for now.